Hello and welcome to Backroads County. We just had a bit of a chat here with the people at the livestock centre. Spent every last cent we had and got ourselves some land out here. Trying to find field 9. I think it's should be down here on the left. I think. Double check. Where are we? There we go. Yeah, over here. We got this one here. Like a cool little place. Where are we? Up there. Turn left. I've only seen pictures of it. There's a little, I think there's a silo, a tent, and apparently water. I'm not sure about power, but we're going to find out together. We've got our trusty tractor with the front loader fitted onto it. And the old TLX. Not very wide and big, this one, just a basic little setup. He did say there's a couple of farmers around here that if we need, well, this is ours here. But if we need to borrow equipment or lease equipment, we can pop up there and see them or go to the main shop. Little bit uneven, a little bit weird. Not very wide. The neighbour's got to sort out his weeds. Hopefully they don't jump across our field. Has the field been seeded? Is it? What did we got? Okay, so we got wheat. Need some fertiliser. Probably can't do too much about that this time because we don't have any. Only fresh, so it should be fine to drive on quickly to turn around. But that's some steep stuff. If it gets too hot here, we could always put rubber tarp down and slip and slide down here. It's like, ooh. You're not going to go shooting into the road because you should stop about there. Let's have a look what we got. But we got some buildings behind us too. We might jump this trailer here. Now we'll have a quick look. Put out water. Real weird looking silo. About 10. The cooker. Fire pit. Excess water. It must get hot here because there's a generator just plugged into the fan. So that's... Can't turn that on. A little bit see-through up there, so hopefully... Bed looks cozy. I think we should be good. As long as the wind doesn't pick up, we'll be fine. What do we got over here? I think we might give him a call and see if there's any work or contracts we can take on. Service station, gas station, produce. Like it's a sell point. A big grain mill up the back behind it. Mill. Back here, stone crusher. Not too bad, really. So we're here. We own that. So maybe what we can do is if we can... probably not this harvest, but maybe we can bring it down a little bit across here. A little bit further. Maybe throw some greenhouses in or some chickens. Super cool to buy that, but we're about $130,000 short. The field prices were pretty pricey. Whoa. The whole goal will be to save up and buy this thing. I think that's whole farm. Save up and buy that, then just build everything around it. That's a farm across there as well, but it looks pretty cool, I think. Seems so far like a bit of a good investment. It cost me... I sold tractor trailer, mobile home that we're living in. We ended up with $138,000. So we bought this for 128 or 126, and with gas to get down here, that's what we got left. So we got nothing. Got the farm over here. If the neighbours are home, maybe we could even offer him to mow his lawn, get silage. Like he's got a little bit of equipment here. Pressure washer, can we use that? Probably should ask first, shouldn't I? Silo. Knock on the door, see if anyone's home and what they got to say. Alright, seems like a pretty good group of peeps. They're a little bit older now, they don't get into the farming much, but their kids do. That's just some of their spare equipment the kids have upgraded. They said we can purchase that if we need, for, you know, to give them a hand around the farm. Mow the grass, do things like that. They would have no issues with us borrowing that until we get on our feet, so that's good. They own 10 and I think 11. And the kids, that big one that we've seen before, their kids own that. So that's what we got. So let's see what contracts or work's available for us to get. I'm gonna take them for now. Field 10, that's next to us. Maybe we should give that one a go. Nice and close. Field 27, where's 27? There's that one there. We could pick up those, get us a bit extra cash. Wouldn't hurt us. We'll pick up field 10 for sure. Use their stuff. We're going to get a little bit less money, but probably worth it in reality. Turn that off, I don't want to get a copyright strike. Right. Probably don't need that tractor and trailer though, because we could use our pickup. But hopefully we can get some cash and buy some of our own equipment. I mean, we're only losing a few $100s on this one, so it's not a great loss. As the fields get bigger and the contracts get bigger, you sort of don't want to be losing heaps of cash from leasing equipment. But hopefully we can get a bit of money put in the bank before winter hits. If we can get some open air gardens or greenhouses put in, give us a bit of extra money for the just to get us through. That's about all really. Just push. We will head down with this thing, and we'll get back to you once we get there. Alright, we made it back with the harvester. The tractor's on its way. Maybe we'll park on the neighbour's land. I'm pretty sure he's a good fella. And unfortunately, not going to be a great yield out of this one with all the weeds, but hopefully maybe we can keep a little bit of it. Or sell it off to get some more cash, because it'd be wicked to throw in some a couple of greenhouses or open air gardens. I know we don't have any seed or fertilizer at the moment, but just running them on water. We have free water down there. A couple $100 here and there is better than no money at all. So what I'm thinking is I might put a worker on, get a helper, subcontract the contract. And while they're doing this one, we could go and do the other one. I think another $8,000. So that's, you know, even if we make 15 grand out of them both together, that's one garden house, greenhouse. up and running. So that's, you know, that's profit for the first month. Everything we make just gets thrown straight back into the farm. Buying equipment, buying land. I really don't want to get any finance. We just, until we know what's going to happen, we just don't know if we're going to be able to run that. So that's him. Where's our other tractor? He's probably getting stuck. All seem to get stuck on that silo. Even in other maps, that silo just sticks out. Maybe it's just, I don't know, it just sticks out that little bit. See if he can make it there by himself now. We'll put him over here. Target is unreachable. Okay. Let's grab this other contract while we can. This is all new and weird to me. Normally I take on the maps like No Man's Land and stuff like that, where you just start from scratch, you build it the way you want it. So once again, I don't think we need this tractor, but up anyway, just in case. I seem to love the Kubotas. The old New Holland. So where do we have to go with this one? Should we put it on the trailer and take it up there, or just honk it? Take it through. That is a fair distance. We probably should put it on the trailer just to be safe. Don't want to get all the way out there and get stuck. Okay, put it on this side. That should lock itself in. There we go. Blocked. New map. And a few issues working out where they got to go. I don't know if you can hear it, my bird in the background's going off, having a whistle fest. Alright, so let's see. I'm sort of testing out the workers here too, because I want to make sure they can get to destinations if we need them to. What fields they work the best on. This is worker B. I think we'll just drive the rest of the way. He's having some struggles. Alright. Back. 9 hours on this rig. She goes alright. Can't see the harvest. Maybe they're full. Sure why we brought the tractor down. We're just going to use our truck, I suppose. Free. May as well, or not free, we're paying for it, so we may as well use it. Harvester can't be filled already, it's only done one pass. No, here it is. Leave this thing parked on the hill. 40%. Getting up there. Too far. Still got a fair way actually. But that's promising, it got to here, no dramas, except for running into a car for no reason. Doing a kamikaze. It was the same last night when I was filming. It was on Western Wilds. I was mentioning things. Oh, it's going good. Next minute, boom, I ran into a stump. It's like, come on. What's on the farm? We'll have a look at that one when we're over there. Looks pretty. $400,000, a lot of money, but like a lot of farm. Roads are nice and wide, but I think the AI just not. Cool if I was sort of self-learning on the new maps. We'll see. Don't use them all the time, it's just a bit handy when you can. Yeah, and not include that pass across the top, so 2 passes a bit over half the field. Should not take too long, and hopefully after that we get contracts that come up, everything else involved with it. Alright, so here we are, field 27. Bit of an oddball shape. Drop this here. Oh, I was going to try and sneak around through there, but that was a no-go. There's something on the ground there, I think. Get this one started. We'll maybe just try and run a head around or go side to side. Power lines are in a bit of a happy spot. Get this going. Not too bright, is it? Get this going, do a head around so we don't knock into these trees and start flying it around. Actually, before we get too far, I'll just stop here for a minute, duck back and check on the other one. He's probably full by now. There we go. That's probably 3, almost 4 runs. Brakes on this one aren't that good. There, I think, and that way we can move it across when we need to, and we'll get back to this one. Alright, we'll get a bit of this done and pop back to you very shortly. I was just having a chat. The helper we got down on our neighbour's farm gave me a call, and I was telling him we bought the land next door, and apparently that used to be in his family years ago. Up until recently it sat vacant. The guy across the road that we spoke to, his son bought it and just left it. Now he's got that big farm that just sat there empty. So that back part where it's you know, half field, half grass, that used to be cow pasture. So he said the ground should be pretty good for greenhouses or grapevines or more fields. He's pretty keen to hang around and just be a bit of a farmhand for us and do odds and ends, and he helps out a few of the farmers around, and he knows what's going on, knows where stuff's cheap, and he said he's going to keep an eye out for us for some equipment and some materials to build a bit of a house. I said even logs, you know, like there's forestry on the map, I wouldn't mind trying to get a little bit of that done, get some logs and build us a log cabin. So yeah, no, he seems super handy, super cool, and he's going to help us out where he can. He said there is dairy and local store and farmers markets and all that sort of stuff, so seems like a very knowledgeable fella, and that should be good. Help us get everything sorted through here and hopefully keep all the locals happy. As plots of land come available, if we have the funds to do it, we'll be trying to do that. And yeah, I mean, obviously we can't afford equipment like this yet. Actually, speaking of equipment, and 30% complete. Do we have anything for sale? Yeah, that'd be cool to buy, but that'd be okay. We'll see how we go. We're not in a rush to get any major stuff yet. I'd rather get a little bit of cash flow, you know, some chickens, get some eggs at least. Even if we don't make much money off them, we can use it to barter, maybe for seeds, things like that. So you can always get a couple of them open air gardens, do some lettuce, tomato, whatever to start with, just on the water. And once we can afford it, we do have the front loader on our tractor, so we can always duck up and grab a pallets and seeds and fertilizer once we got the money. Just place it on the back of our trailer for now. But yeah, I think it's going to be good fun. Instead of me jibber jabbering, we'll get back to you once more of this is sorted, or once we get a full load. So this is only, I just got a little bit more out of that harvester. It's about 68%, so I'm just going to head down here and empty it out, because it's over half full and we haven't done much of the map. I mean, we could always drop it in our silo. And take it down with the truck once it's done, but I think for now we'll just run this one down here, get it gone, and save the wear and tear on our machines till later. It's only just there, otherwise if it was a big drive I'd dump it all in the truck. I wonder if we can sneak through here. Like it. It's not even worth stopping. Start overloading canola. Oh, 43% transported, so we may get to keep a little bit of it. Put up there. Tractor. Wicked. Be collectible. Have to have a look into that later on. But yeah, that's nice and close, that one. So at least we're probably a little bit less than halfway through the field, I'd say. The next run or two would be half. Maybe we'll get to keep a little bit of that. We can throw that in our silo and good to go. Looks like the other work is almost full too, so might head up there in our truck actually. Best way to get up there. Get up, right. Yeah, we'll go and unload this one, or we'll load him up. Get everything we can into that. I don't know where this one has to go to. Where are we? Oh, the same place. Not too bad, nice and close to home. is already 20% complete. Our little farm helper guy, I had a mate that they do both these ones, help us out here and there where we can, and I can just run the stock and the produce. Not costing me too much money, but it's just giving me a chance to get a bit of time freed up, look around. And the next few contracts and stuff we get, if we get some big ones, we'll get them to help us, but the smaller ones we'll just we'll do on our own to make sure we get as much as we can moving forward. Once we get bigger and have more field, sorry, but for now, I missed it. For now, I wouldn't mind getting much money as we can out of all of these. 15 grand might sound like a lot, but by the time you get a trailer, greenhouse, this harvest is probably worth 300 grand. So contracts to buy this. Just wait. Oh. Yeah. It's touchy, I need to lose control. Hopefully when it gets to the end it'll stop, pull me up, and then that. There we go, only 9,000 litres in that one, but it wasn't 100% full, so a fair bit of the field to go. Yeah, so we're getting there. He's going the short route, just going across, maybe what we might do is once he gets to the end, I'll go up and down a few times and clear that top corner section. Because the angle's the thing that's a bit of a pain in the bum with these, but going long ways I can come back and get the stuff that they missed. And if they're getting paid, they should do it the best they can in reality, so hopefully they can clean it up for us. But looking good. We'll get all this sorted and keep chugging away. I'm going to actually jump in at this one and might send him up there and give his mate a hand. Alright, well that was a bit of a pain, as when I was emptying out the trailer from field 10, because they're both the same crop, field 10's finished with some of the crops from this. So I think field 10 we've delivered, field 27, 73% of the job's done, but the excess that we would have got to keep maybe from that field is actually gone towards this one. So at the end we may get a bigger payoff or a lesser payoff, who knows. Yeah, there's a bit of missing. Go up and down again a few more times, I think. I'll just clear this little strip out and go back and forwards. It's a longer run. Hopefully less turning and we won't interact with those telegraph poles. But yeah, that's what's happened, so hopefully we get a little bit more off this field, because I don't know what's going to happen. I've never had that happen before, where it takes the crop from another field and uses it to complete another contract, so gonna have to wait and see, I guess. A little bit nervous now. Might end up with nothing and not be able to finish the contract. That shouldn't happen really, because there was a couple extra 1,000 litres off the last contract that went towards this one, so yeah, I just thought I'd pop in and let you know that that's what's happened. That field is now completely done. You've got 34,000 litres sitting in here, which I'm sort of tempted to go and drop off now because I'm getting nervous, but I thought there was only about 13,000 litres in here, so that's 30% full. The tractor's still here. That field's all done and finished. Maybe tomorrow, I could actually get this off. Maybe tomorrow there's some contracts there that we can do. This will just let me drive off. If I lift this up high enough, it might just, yeah, like a tilted one. Yeah, that's what I think we'll do. We'll probably go on once this other one's done. So this land isn't very level. I was hoping to sort of put in some open air gardens or something, but even if we can get one in for now, I don't think land over here, I don't think we can use it. The ability is that, then we could we got great to use that flat land behind us, but I don't think we own it. I wasn't really thinking about having flat land. See, 136 to buy that, 214 to buy that, so there's all the production areas. I think you may have to buy that, buy the productions. So yeah, we're gonna have to try and work out the best plan for that. I'm not sure if we can maybe bring this field down further if the land up here is any smoother. Really. Bit of a shame, but when you buy property sight unseen, you never know what you're going to get, right? Just going to have to deal with it as we can. I mean, we do want to extend this field out regardless, so there's a bit of sort of flattish land here that we could probably put a couple of greenhouses on. Some chickens, I'm not sure, but yeah, being that unlevel, whatever we put down can't be very big. So let's have a quick look. Greenhouses. all sorts of them now. Turn them that way, it shouldn't be as bad. Too bad there. You can squeeze in. Doesn't matter if it's too close to the road, really. It's just I don't want to make the ground all up. That, unfortunately. Yeah. So that sucks. Hoping not to have that happen. We could always move that water pump too if you want to squeeze another one in. I think if we get extra cash. Okay, so how bad is that one? That one doesn't seem too bad, and this one here we might be able to get soften it off. That's pretty bad. If we don't own that land, we can't do a whole lot with it right now. Can't do a whole lot with it there, but at least we can drive up there, I guess. Once we more land over there later, we can get that area. That's a shame. I didn't think it was that steep down in this corner, but at least if it floods, we're only going to flood our gardens. We are also going to have to get a water tank, transfer water, so I know you can get a tank for the back of this truck. There's our... I know we can get a water tank for the back of this, which what I might do is I might leave this here. Back up, and even if we just lease that tank for now, while waiting for this field to finish, and then we'll pop back and work out what we got to do. Right, heading back now. Got the rest of the seeds in our truck. If that water tanker gets put back on the truck, it looks in a bit of a precarious angle. See what we got. I want to just try and tip slowly. Be cool to try and save some. If we're going to make much out of this, there we go. Still got 5,000 litres. I think we'll just sell it. There we go. Don't really have any need for that right now. We don't have any productions and stuff, so that money is going to be super handy. Now we can finish those contracts. Fertilizing ones, it's, yeah. 3 grand just for leasing it. Plus fertilizer as well. That one's 20 acres. 43 acres. Still 25. A lot of money for fertilizer that we don't really have. But where are we? Yeah, that's a big one. Huge field. I don't think yeah, I don't think that's worth it to us at the moment. Just park this. Yeah. This tanker on. We will start. Oh, that's in there a little bit. I was lucky. Get these filled up. Start us making some money. I know there is some water tanks you can get that you can just fill up, and it all done. Just keep them topped off. Yeah, that's not too bad. Hopefully we can afford to buy that field next to us soon, and or maybe we delete that and put it next to the other one. I was just trying to keep him close to the edge here, because I mean we don't really need much land, but it'd be super cool to make this farm, even if we make a second plot. Now, that's an idea. We could do a second harvest here, just a smaller field. If we can borrow the neighbour's cultivator or plough and burn up some dirt. What can we plant? Turned off because I don't know why. What can we put in? Not much. We put in wheat and barley, we've got to wait 12 months for them to come up. Or if we wait, I mean we can't do soybeans in April. Wait a couple of months. There's not a whole lot. There's a lot of harvesting coming up for like contracts. Not sure if it's worth the money. Time now to put another seed. I don't know. We can decide by next month anyway. I mean we could do a grass field. And plant that again. We can do a big grass field that's here, just at least it's neater and tidier, and it's a field that we can use for other stuff later on. Once the grass field's in, we can reseed it, whatever we need later on. I think we might go over and have a chat with our neighbour and see what he says, see how much he wants for us to. He might just say, look mate, just swing us a couple of pallets of lettuce or strawberries or whatever and help yourself. If you break it, you own it. Who knows? Right. Let's have a chat with him and work out what he wants to do. Alright, do you ever have them neighbours that just, unless you have a 15-course meal and sit down for hours, you just can't leave? So they're keen to do something on vegetables and stuff. The wife's now a vegetarian, that's why the cattle farm that was here got shut. She didn't like it. Yeah, they're keen on lettuces, tomatoes, whatever. We can use, sorry, I should have stopped. We can use the seeder and the cultivator as long as we keep them clean. This one's pretty dirty. As long as we clean them up, look after them, and repair any major damage. Said wear and tear is good. If we use it a lot, give it a quick repair and a clean up and bring it back. Seeder, he's a bit old school. Done some miles by the look of it, but I think we're good. So that's a win. They also said if we need to park any machinery in the shed here, let them know, but just whenever we're doing lettuce, tomatoes, whatever, just flick them a pallet here and there. I mean, what's a pallet of that stuff worth? Sort of feel like I'm getting a better deal, but maybe I'm not. It might be cheaper to rent stuff. He might be getting a really good deal. Oh, look at that. Powdered lettuce, $3,000. Tomatoes, $1,700. Maybe. Wow. That's a pretty good deal for them. We're looking at for cultivators, like, what have they got? One of these things here. Worth to lease that. Oh, it's cheaper to lease it than it is to give them a pallet of lettuce. Oh dear, what have I done? Okay, well for now that might be just what we need to do, because we'll go broke. Look, that one's 20 grand just to buy outright. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna go broke. Gotta be careful bartering away all these lettuce and tomatoes without even knowing what they're worth. But yeah, I think we'll do that for now. If we can grab it tomorrow, I'm a bit full in the belly after that feed, so I think what we'll do is we might tidy up and just have a bit of a look around, see what we got, see what's going on. I don't want to start another big job today. Not like that. Not a yeah. But I think yeah, grass for sure would be a killer in here. That just to start us off. Maybe some barley. I don't know. Don't know. I'm sitting here thinking we should just start it. A little bit of time in the day. It's not like it's heavy manual labour where I'm going to be making me belly upset from all the food. I tell you what, I think I'm going to gain some pounds living here. It's going to be a bit dangerous, I think. He said we can put some stuff up under here as long as the road's clear enough to get their trucks through. I think that's something that we'll do like that. I was thinking about getting like a little carport or something here, but hopefully this tent isn't going to be our permanent home. I mean, I don't mind it for a little while, but that's not going to be the greatest. So we might drop off this. Yeah. Okay. And let's see what we can do. I mean, hopefully tomorrow there's some contracts. So, I mean, I suppose if we can get this done today, it's going to save us some time. This tractor looks like it can handle it. But the grunt. I just hope whatever harvester we get can get up and down this hill, because it's pretty crazy. Now I want to leave a bit of a gap. Get the brakes adjusted on the tractor too, but look where they keep locking up. Yeah, that's British. Used to doing big square fields in no man's land, so this is going to be interesting. Create fields, lower cultivator. Let's see what we can get. Very straight along the back there, but we're not looking for perfection here, we're just looking for money. We're doing not too bad. We're at 30 grand, so that extra... I was getting a bit worried there with the canola. I thought I'd messed up, because I've been reading some stories where people are having issues where contracts aren't completing and they're having to buy products to complete the contracts, like getting in a multi-fruit station or something, or getting pallets of fruit. Like, no, I've never played this map. I haven't even tested it. I just didn't think about it. Just went donk. I'm going to jump in here and see how it goes. I've still got I'm looking at the Hickory map as well. We'll give that one a shot probably. But yeah, compared to Western Wilds and No Man's Land, it's a whole different ball game. I'm not used to the contracts. I'm not used to the fields. I'm not used to not having just free reign, building anything and putting anything anywhere. That will be interesting. I think I've got the economy set to normal. I'll double check that in a second. And for some reason there's no rocks, so I must have maybe turned that off by accident. Might have meant to turn that on before and then turned off the seasonal thing. Who knows? But this is the start of our field. We're gonna throw down some grass. We'll get ourselves a little mower. Lease it if we have to. Just turning grass into silage or bales, silage bales that's a good earner. Until we get crops and more money coming in, I think it's going to be way forward for us, just to, especially coming now into winter. We don't, unless we get a fair few of these harvests done, we're going to be stuck with almost nothing. So money will run out fast. Let's get this field sorted and we will come back to you. Alright, coming up to our last, the second last. We can't squeeze it all in, it's just a bit tight. But getting there slowly. We might have a little bit left over up this top corner we've got to duck around and clean, but we'll get it. If we do, it'll be the first time in ages. Okay, first time in a long time that I've actually been able to get it all in, even and finished out like that in the last run. I'll drop this back over here. So there's some seed and fertilizer in there, which I don't mind throwing in some pallets of lettuce for this because I wouldn't have been able to afford to get the seed and the fertilizer anyway. Dump this off and give it a quick wash. Sparkly new. This one is a bit dirty, but we'll make sure it's all done when we're finished. So what should we do? Should we just put some grass down? Probably going to be the cheapest option at the moment, and we can bale it or put it silage. Does this do grass? It does. How do we get this on? Feeder. Working now. Have to turn it on. Yep, okay. Not too bad. Does it at 18 kilometers an hour? It gets it done a little bit faster. Or if we're going to have enough seed to get this all done, but find out. But we might have to lease a roller. Roll this when we're done. But that's neither here nor there. The wind, we're getting seed down. I was just going to do a couple of rows here. So when I come down, it'll be easy to make the tractor turn. Not run into those gardens. I actually made them a little bit closer than I wanted to, but I made this field actually a little bit closer than I should have. But eventually this field will merge with the other one and those gardens will be elsewhere, hopefully, if we can afford to get more land. So yeah, free use of the machinery, seed and fertilizer for this go because it's still in there, and a couple of pallets of lettuce, so you know, can't really complain too much about that, I don't think. And it's pretty decent. It's 4 or 5 meters maybe. Not going to win us any awards getting it done super fast, but it's getting done. That's all that matters. So do a couple of these rows and sort out. We're not going to collide with the other paddocks. Should be good. But I'll keep chugging away at this and get back to you shortly. Alright, I put the worker on the farm for a second to duck up. We leased the roller, cost us $1,300. And then yeah, this field's done and dusted, and I've got to try and work out what to do for dinner. First night in, I've been too excited, trying to get my field sorted and get cash flow coming, that I forgot to get us some dinner. Good, looking good. And it looks like that's putting down a good layer of fertilizer too. It's coming up as fertilized, so that's a win for sure. Do a couple of head rows around here again. Nice and slow, because that thing's not big anyway. This is probably 2 or 3 times the size. So it's going to more space. What we'll do is quickly just duck out. 100% fertilizer and he's rolling. Yeah, done. Yield bonus at 98%, so I don't know how much we can get it any better. Lift roller, drop roller. Okay. Good stuff. We're getting there. Slowly, surely, getting there. But yeah, I mean, having these things here is a bit of a hassle a couple of times a year when we got to harvest or get it sorted. But I think, what did I put in there? I think I've done 1 lettuce, 1 tomato. Once we get some seed and manure or fertilizer in there, I think we'll do like soybeans or corn, because you can do that now. There is also some that allow you to do watermelons. There's little grapevines I've seen before. I wouldn't mind putting one of them in just to get some grapes and things like that. So it's like a greenhouse but for grapevines. All those things would be pretty handy if we wanted to start doing some productions, which at the moment we're not going to be buying any of that. Don't have the funds for the land. That's what I've got to get used to, is it's not no man's land or Western Wilds where you just go willy-nilly. There's nothing else out there to support you. Right enough now. Turn it around. And we're getting there. So yeah, let us know in the comments what you want to see, what we should do here. I mean, there's a lot of opportunity for land. Like number 6 is 258, 126. Now if we could buy all 3 of these eventually, it'd be nice to get some flatter land that we can put down greenhouses or chickens or cattle. But now this is sort of like the total opposite of how I play normally, because normally it's nice big open flat land. I just get a field out, put some greenhouses in, more greenhouses, and just start making money really easily like that. But and usually that's set on like easy settings and all that stuff too. I think this one's set on normal. Not good enough yet to run it on hard. I also downloaded a mod. In the mowers, it's a little cheap mower. I mean, we can use that one, but I've got this little John Deere one, 15 grand, 6 meters wide. And then once we've used that, you know, just get ourselves a baler. Work on here for a minute, see if it'll take over, and we'll have a look, so we can plan it out. Are we baler wrapper or something like that? 99 grand. Release it 5 grand, or because we can't make anything into silage with anything that we've got at the moment except for doing it that way. We should actually go and have a look and see if the BJ's got some silage clamps. But other than that, we could just get a forage wagon and sell it as grass. Not sure what prices are. Grass, 90 bucks. What is there a BJ here? No. And silage is 342 at the biogas plant there, so that one, yeah. So it might be worthwhile spending that extra money getting a baler, letting them sit for a month. Turn it into hay. Lots of options. Lots of options. So what have we got going on? tomatoes and lettuce. So yeah, it's all going to be happening just slowly, and it's fun. It's a lot different. I'm learning again too, really. But yeah, we'll get this finished off and pop back and get something sorted out for dinner. Alright, should be up to our last, just a bit there. Last run with the cedar. Roller's catching up pretty fast. Oh, getting there. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Might be an issue down here with this tree. That roller, I didn't do an edge along here like I did down there, because pack this up, get it back over here. Yeah, I'd love to buy this land in here and this farmhouse, but I've told the owners if they ever decide to downgrade to give me a call. But not tomorrow, just a few months, maybe a year or so. Pretty expensive. Even though this was dirty when we started, we'll give it a bit of a tidy up, get it all clean. Taking a while, maybe it's baked on if it's been sitting for so long, so dirty. Okay. While we're here, may as well use their water and the tractor a touch up. It's all good. Handy dandy. But yeah, to buy this land, it's pretty pricey. 136,000. Does not want to turn for some reason at that speed. It's weird. Maybe I need to put different tyres on it. It's a bit squirrely there. Yeah, we got this running. We got our water tank there. We got lettuce, tomatoes. We're good to go. What's his property next to us worth? 126. 126. It looks like there's some trees there. I wonder if they're cuttable forestry trees. Maybe we can lease the land off them and get some trees, get some cash in. They can you know, we can mow the property, look after it for them. And there's some of these decorative crappy trees, we could just knock them over. There's also some decent ones I think we could cut. I think they're all going to be a pain in the bum actually. Some pine trees there, but I mean this would be, if you did have this you could replant. Pretty nice big area. Replant some right around the outskirts here. You get that land there too. That. We could buy that one for 38. But it's a lot of them, I call them decorative trees because they're a pain in the bum to chop up. I just like the spruce or the pine, whatever they're called, like these ones, nice and simple. That could be something. I mean, there's a bit of room here. How far does it go over? Bit. I don't know, it might be a good piece of land to put some greenhouses and stuff on, just out of the way. I wonder if they actually fit. 30 grand, like it's worth a shot. Production greenhouses, just go. So there's the grapevine ones I was telling you about. See, you can just plonk them down and grapes pop out in pallets. $1,000, nice and cheap. This is a fruit greenhouse, but it won't let you go. This is the edge of the map. That's it. Like if I push forward, that's it. We're done. Maybe I'll chop trees down there, but we can't build on it, unfortunately. But here, there's not really a whole lot of flat land around here, so we're just going to have to be careful what we buy, maybe venture around the map and see what else is around there. Just all new, you know, just, oh, that truck's making a roadblock. Okay. It's just all new to learn. I mean, there's this area down through here too. Or if that's separate. That could be forestry, nice flat land. Right across the road from the shop, so the prime position, prime real estate is here. That's a lot for all of that. 15. What have we got down here? Sawmill and stuff, I guess. Well, I suppose if you want to get into that, we could do that. Or we could get that one for 360 and make the field bigger. Yeah, that's a long way off. I think we'll get number 10 next. That's the farmers behind us. That's their son's property. That one there, 220. So the prices aren't too bad. That one's cool. The river in the middle. Got some smaller ones up here. 202 for those two. 216. Well, I was originally looking at this plot when I was buying land to move here. This one and this one. But that was too small for the price, and that was too pricey for the size, so would have been nice to have enough to do that and get the whole farm. That's cool. I think if we can lease or rent the land off these guys, I don't know why that's 215. Maybe we have to buy that first before we can buy any of the productions. It makes sense. Farmers market. There's no little triggers around to buy it, so you'd have to probably buy the property first. And here we've got the grain mill again. Oops, my bad. And down here we've got some more stuff. I'm used to driving on the roads in Australia. Sorry about that. Drive on the left side. And the left side's the right side for us. Right there. Grocery shop or something. Restaurant or diner. And here. Golden Field, grain mill. Over here I think it's the DGA. Dairy. Yeah, there's plenty around. I think where our property is, we're in a pretty good spot. So we expand out, sort of down and across, like it would be okay if we could just buy this piece across the bottom. But yeah, I mean, gotta buy those, which is that. That's all, obviously where all the productions are. It's the land for it all. It's pretty pricey, but I'm sure you'd get your money back. In saying that, we could always just build our own production buildings and have the modded ones in that do more stuff anyway. But we will cross that bridge when we come to it. But for now, I think I might park this up, go down and get some dinner, and call it a day. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked it, and hopefully see you again for episode number 2. I'm gonna retire to my tent. At least we're close to the service station, so I can go over there to use the toilet. Winning. See you later. Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe if you like it. Share. Do whatever you want to do. Keep safe and speak to you soon.